today's video. I thought that we could do some baking today. I have a last minute like uni get together thing that the department have put together. So I thought I'd make a little cake and bring that along with me. So, ingredients. We need chocolate powder, cocoa powder, whatever you have. I'm going to use colacao, which is basically like hot chocolate type drink, chocolate milk powder stuff. I need to finish it, so because I don't have it enough as a drink, so I'm just going to use that. We need sugar. We need flour, some milk, and a couple of eggs. We're not going to be making a big cake, so I think 2 will be fine. I'm going to be using olive oil instead of butter. And yeah, so let's get started, shall we? So first of all, we need to get our oven preheated. So we're going to put it at 180 approximately. While that's preheating, we're going to line our baking mold. I've decided to use a bread mold because I don't want to make a big cake. And to line it, we're going to use some baking paper. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's lined. It's just a quick bake, so don't worry if it's not perfect. So we're going to put that to one side and mix our batter. You're going to want a big bowl and some measuring cups or some scales. I'm going to use cups because it's easier. 2 half a cups of sugar in it. Not quite. 2 full cups, 2 half cups, which makes 1 cup. Just approximately. I'm not following a recipe. I'm just almost a cup of sugar, and then we're going to beat in our eggs until it's nice and smooth. Then you're going to want to add in your flour. I'm going to add a cup of flour to begin with and slowly incorporate more as I go on. By the way, this is self-raising flour, so if you do use self-raising flour and you want it to rise a bit more, be careful with how much you put in extra baking powder. Because it will rise a lot more because this has already got a raising agent in it, so keep that in mind if you don't bake very often. And this is optional, but you can also sieve your flour into the mix. And we're also also going to add some of our chocolate now, and I'm also going to sift that through. I'm just going to put a couple tablespoons in. Then we're going to slowly fold everything with a spatula so as to not lose any of the air created by whisking it. Okay, I'm going to take this opportunity to add a bit of milk, just a splash, so that everything finishes incorporating, and a bit of oil. Everything's well incorporated, and nice in consistency. I'm going to tidy everything else up and come back to putting that in the mould. Okay, so now that we've got the mixture nice and uniform and gooey, with plenty of air bubbles in it, we're going to put it into mould. I'm going to make sure that it's as even as possible. So I just realised that the camera stopped filming, but we didn't do much more before then. Last clip you saw was me putting the batter into the mould. Once that was in, I jiggled everything around to make sure everything was going into every nook and cranny of the mould. Tapped it a bit on the surface to release all the air bubbles that there were in the surface of the cake, and popped it in the oven. And that's going to be in the oven for around 20 odd minutes, and then we're going to come and check on it and see how it's going and calculate if we need an extra 5 or an extra 10 minutes. As I say, I'm not following a recipe, I'm just going by intuition and basing myself on all the other cakes I've made. So it will obviously depend on your oven and how much you have in your tin. So yeah, I will be back with you in 20 odd minutes. Oh no, that is not done. 20 more minutes. So, as you saw, I just took it out of the oven. I've kind of peeled it out of its cocoon, paper cocoon. It's a bit overdone, but it's still bouncy, so hopefully in the middle it will be still nice. But then it's nice and crispy on the outside. That's what I'm hoping it will be. It tastes fine. I've had a little corner piece and it tastes fine, so that's good. But yeah, I'm gonna let that rest, and then once it's a bit cooler, cut it up so that we can take the cake with us. So that's probably going to be it for today. It's a short one, but I hope you've enjoyed it nonetheless. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.